So Dave Rubin went on Fox News, speaking here with Bill Hemmer about the concept of a 4-day work week. Dave Rubin does not support a 4-day work week. I support a 4-day work week. I believe I do. Yes. Although I do think that it could be more for upper management, wealthier people would be able to exploit a 4-day work week more, where, a lot of people in this country don't have days off at all. But still, as a concept, I like that it's being brought up. Rubin and Fox News' Bill Hemmer, not so much.
Florida, but first, California. Is this the way they're going to go? 4 days a week?
Bill, how am I doing in Florida? Fantastic, because I fled California and that sort of overregulated nonsense that crushes the economy, crushes the human spirit, crushes ingenuity. I took 2 businesses out of California in the last year, and although neither one of my companies had 500 employees, that very concept that the government should come in and tell you how much your people should work, and then if you go past that threshold, you have to pay them more. Well, you know what? Your people may become less productive so they can start adding hours, or you may just realize you can't hire as many people because you suddenly have to pay them more. This is just it's so in line with the endless nonsense that comes out of California, which, by the way, is why several 100,000 people have fled California since the lockdowns, and Florida and Texas and Tennessee are exploding, and California and New York are crumbling. It's like, you get what you vote for, people.
Yeah, well, let's talk about something you enjoy.
My guess is that Dave Rubin does a lot of laying by his saltwater pool in Florida, and he doesn't have his nose
5 days a week walking to get smoothies every day.
Did he say something about how the government should not regulate the work week?
Yeah,
truly amazing.
I want to say I agree with him. I think that it's wrong that the government has regulated how many hours you can force your employees to work before it counts as overtime or slavery.
Child labor. I want 5-year-olds. I want 5-year-olds on the assembly line stat.
That's what I was going to say. I think in many ways, Dave Rubin is to the left of me on this issue, because I don't think the government should be allowed to regulate the age of your employees either. If you want to have a 1-year-old like in a hard hat on your work site, then I think that that's your right as an American, his right as an American baby.
I mean, it's almost unbelievable. Like, this is the great thing about right-wing populism is because the thing they have until recently tended to conceal is that it's all just what your boss wants you to hear.
Yeah.
Which is that you should be able, the government shouldn't be able to tell your boss anything about how it treats you, and as you are a part of your boss's people.
That's just crazy, though.
It's insane.
I feel it sounds crazy, because that's just like you being a loser. It's just like you just hate to say it. It's just like that's just supporting that being a wage cuck. You hate to say it, but come on, man. It's like working sucks. Everyone knows that. Like the messaging of the far right is so crazily bad that their vision of America is like Laura Ingraham said, your mom should be able to work herself to death to pay back your college loans because that makes them a better person. It's like they're just really lucky that Democrats don't really care about winning, because with messaging like this, it would be so easy to steamroll them.
Well, that's the point,
their view of America is terrible.
That's the point. No one is talking about a 4-day work week. Fox News, some people on the left, I think on occasion have brought it up, but it's more just, it's not really attainable right now, attainable at all. So they bring it up as a way to speak to their older audience. No, these kids and their avocado toast, they don't know the value of a real job. And that's what's happening here. And Rubin is enthusiastically contributing to it, despite the fact that I can't imagine that Dave Rubin works hard at all. Because actually, no, why? This is why I think that. Because I know that he was notoriously, from my colleagues at TYT, the laziest dude when he worked there. I mean, he did not want to do any work. He had a half-hour show. Anna's told me this before, and he wanted to get paid a ton of money to do this half-hour show and not do anything else and come in and out. So please spare me, Dave, on the concept of hard work.
If American
I want to. I'm gonna say I want to say that that's admirable on his part. That's the one thing Dave and I can agree to. I just want to extend that to everybody. I agree. I'm not talking about a 4-day work week. I don't think anyone should have to work more than 30 minutes like Dave and should be paid exorbitantly, for it. And if your boss looks you in the eye, HR should fire them.
120 minute
the boss?
work week.
Yes.
120-minute work week. Yes.
That's what HR is for. It's to enforce. It's to enforce a critical race theory in the workplace, and if your boss, looks you in the eye or asks you to do anything, to be like they can fire them.
I'm pro flipping. I'm pro flipping from 5 to 2. I'm pro 2 days working, 5-day weekend.
Bradley's pro flipping. Hashtag flip.
If American-
pro flipping.
Flip the week.
Centrist position.
Yeah.
Hashtag flip the week.
So I'm 0. He's 2. Emma seems stuck on 4 for some reason, which is way too.
I
I
don't
guess
work,
I'm
Emma.
right. No, I just said I moved my position. I moved with the times. I said 120-minute work week.
That's even shorter.
30 minutes a day for 4 days a week. That's how I feel about it.
When am I going to nap if I'm working 120 minutes a week?
I think you have to look at it from his point of view. Hard work to him is how many people you pay to do the hard work for your companies.
100%.
I mean, that's what he was saying. Like, that's his worry because he's got to pay his employees more if it's overtime after 4 days of work. And he runs a 5-day-a-week show, so it's built in right there. Or he's gonna have to pay overtime unless he
also pretends to write
unless he
books.
hires an extra person or two just to work that 1 day a week, or he cuts, or everyone's part time and they split the schedule. That's too much work for Dave Rubin because then he's got to work out the scheduling. So it's already too much for him.
That's too many ideas.
Yeah.
His brain
You
has
have
to
to
go into
imagine.
recovery mode.
Yes.
You have to imagine
Yeah.
that when he's not on camera, a man as funny as Dave Rubin is constantly workshopping jokes. I think that there's a lot of unpaid labor going on in the Rubin report when it comes down to getting those skits written and those ha-has that he's always delivering to his audience.
Yeah, and the reason that you have to work a shitty job for not enough pay is because people like Dave Rubin want that to continue happening.